sharing it.
Mhm.
The only thing would be if there's like a little bit of afterwards, if there's more like a testimonial kind of thing, and you guys are, if, and I would totally check to see if you guys would be okay for me to share that part of it. But
Okay.
um, yeah, only if you want to do that. So yeah, so I know your intention last time, Leanne, was kind of the letting go of the fear of the unknown. Is something
I
else
think
coming forward
I
for you,
think
or
this week I need to let go of the frustration of people, kind of what we were talking about, lack of understanding what I'm going through, and
Mhm.
trying just to focus more on my family, and what I feel like I have been doing, but I think this past week has just been bombarding me with, been feel like I'm bombarded with negativity and lack of support at work and stuff. So I think I need to just let that go. And
Mainly with that one person?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah. And
that
that's hard because
that
they're your
and I've
super.
also heard through other people that kind of follow me on social media that others are commenting. I didn't really get exactly why, but like the flavor is that I'm, faking things and
Oh,
making
so
things
somebody
up.
shared that
And
with you?
yeah. And I
Oh,
know like
wow.
the negative, I gotta let it go, but it just does, it kind of hits you, right? Because that's not me.
Oh, yeah, totally. You don't want to be unacknowledged for, like, when you think of everything you're going through already, and for it to not be, for you to be labeled as a faker, that would be so difficult. Yeah. Hmm.
That's probably what I'm struggling with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
not letting that, let me feel it, but not let it overtake things. Just let it,
Right, exactly. Yeah, perfect. And then, okay, so letting go of that and then bringing in,
I guess, just, healing and joy and
mhm. Yeah, I was thinking of you. I watched this, um, what was it? It was, you know how they have promotions for their books or whatever. There's a woman who wrote a book and it's called The Unsinkable. I don't know if you've read that book
mm,
or not.
no.
And so she has like a little movie out right now that you kind of sign up to watch it at whatever time. Like she has a whole bunch of
Okay.
times that you can watch it at. And then it just goes into her work, and she interviews Joe Dispenza. Do you know Joe Dispenza at all? He's Tony Robbins, kind of,
Okay.
you probably heard of Tony Robbins.
Okay.
So
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's
I
a
know what you're talking
yeah, there's a few he's not in
about.
it, but Joe Dispenza kind of reminds me of
Similar.
Tony, like kind of the similar work that they
Yep.
offer people. So yeah, so they just really work with how your thinking, the way you think creates your reality. And
Yeah.
this is where they're coming from. And so it's really, really empowering actually to kind of
Hmm.
just hear their stories, like their rock bottom stories, and then just what they've gone through to kind of get to the other side. So Joe Dispenza, for example, he was in a biking accident. He was in a triathlon. Do you know Joe Dispenza? Have you heard of him, Trish?
I have, actually.
Okay, yeah. And do you know a
Mm.
story about how
I
he,
don't know any details.
yeah, so it's really interesting. So he was in a triathlon and he was going to pass this other biker, and he got the okay to pass by the police officer kind of manning that corner. But the police officer had his back to the traffic, to, I don't know, anyways, he didn't see this big truck coming, and the truck hit Joe and he went flying off his bike, and he broke his neck.
Oh my God.
And he actually is a chiropractor, and so he's lying there on his belly, and they're saying they need to bring him in for surgery right away. And he and it would have been right from his neck all the way down to the base of his spine, the rod.
Oh my
And
God.
he just kind of talked to a few other professionals around it, and he decided not to go for the surgery, realizing that his risks, or his, it's very possible that he'll never be able to walk again either way. Um, but anyways, he decided to put to test all these trainings that he's already kind of had already been educated on beforehand. so he's like, what do I have to lose? I'm on my belly for the next, I don't know how many weeks. And so during that time, he just kind of went through his spine and just in his mind, just kind of reintegrated everything. And because one of his vertebrae had completely exploded. And so anytime a feeling would come up, he would follow that feeling, or a thought would come up. So he's trying to focus on the spine, but then a thought would come up like, oh, I need to sell my house. I need to sell my business, or like things would come up because no, got to get back into it. So feel the feelings that came up, really follow them, get the feeling behind them, the fear, and go through everything, and then kind of go back into his spine. And it took him a good couple weeks before he could actually go through his whole spine. He kind of kept getting sidetracked all the time. So he says that that's building up his hard drive. He kind of was able to kind of get rid of all these old beliefs and let go of all these old hard drive beliefs that he had. And then what happens with the repetition of kind of just seeing his spine being healed, he's kind of building up more software. And then that goes on, it becomes a habit for him. So it just becomes this habitual thing. And then that's what creates these new neurons in his brain. And so, and then he was walking in, I don't know how many, like I think just a couple months later, he's doing triathlons. Like he's completely healed
Wow.
himself. Yeah. And he has his practice and everything. And most of what he does now is he kind of helps other people heal themselves. This, the same way. I don't even know if he's practicing chiropractor work anymore or not. But yeah, so just helping people with their mindset, which
Yeah.
is huge, right? Like we all have these really old
Yeah.
beliefs from things that have happened, and often unconscious. Like we don't even know they're there. So if we follow, they were saying if you follow your thought, which is 80% of our thoughts are negative. And so if you kind of go in and it's like, where does this come from? Follow where it comes from, get the feeling of it.
I know.
Um,
Yeah.
and then from there, after getting the feeling, then changing it, kind of getting it into a positive vibe, and in that vibration of gratitude and love and joy creates that higher vibration where then the new neurons can kind of create more of a positive vibe. And all these people, they're just like, your life is going to change, completely change, right? Like you have the power to kind of do it. So it's not easy though. Like you have to kind of do the work, which takes time, and you have to kind of feel uncomfortable, like go into those places where you've kind of protected yourself. You don't want to feel that. So just kind of seeing that. But then once you kind of get the momentum going, it's like then it's like, oh yeah, it becomes easier. You just kind of want to go for it because the results are going to be so much more freedom afterwards. But anyways, that's I feel like stuff like that goes really well with Reiki. I find like Reiki can kind of pull up um, feelings and things that are going on, and then it's having those tools on how to work with it on and other ways as well. Reiki is such a good complementary. I find that it's very good for showing things, and then it helps bring that higher frequency, so it helps to lift the energy. But then it's also kind of bringing in whatever tools kind of come your way to kind of help you as well. So it's just kind of brings everything in together. All right. So, how about you, Trish? Do you have what are you wanting to let go of today?
Oh gosh. Okay. What are the two things I have to try to focus on?
It's just kind of, and it's just putting it out right now. So it's just like, what can you think of right now that you're wanting to let go of, and then what you're wanting to bring in, and then we just kind of put it out there and just follow where Reiki will take it.
Oh, what I'm trying to let go of. Oh my God. There's lots of things. I guess judgment, self criticism.
Okay.
that's one thing. I mean, there's lots of things I'm trying to. The word you're using is let go of.
Yeah, so if you feel like there's there's a block in your life, if there's a place where you're feeling like there's stagnation or you're feeling challenged or there's a block. So what, trying to release whatever is blocking the flow of energy in a certain particular part of your life right now.
Um, wow, it's interesting because I just uh you're talking about it's hard work, to kind of get to these things.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm doing some work.
Hmm.
And trying to I think what I'm realizing is that I am really good at blocking and controlling my
Hmm.
emotions when it comes to any kind of past traumatic emotional events.
Hmm.
And I don't think I realized how good I am to a fault at
Hmm.
closing it off.
Yeah,
Um, so I
we
guess,
do that we do that for protection.
yes.
Yeah.
So um, I'm realizing that. And I guess my fear is, am I ever going to be able to tap into those emotions and let them come out? And so I'm kind of judging myself thinking, wow, geez, how am I going to heal and integrate and, uh, you know, uh, be authentic if I can't integrate those emotions that are there that I have hidden.
Hmm.
So I don't know how you would frame that as letting go. Um,
Yeah.
like
What
if I
comes to me?
tap into
Mhm.
it. Right now, I'm kind of being critical that I'm thinking, well, geez, I'm not going to be able to do this.
I
I'm
think
not going to.
there, yeah. So that place of being vulnerable, right?
Yeah,
So the blockages around being vulnerable, um, I feel like that's more it instead of being critical, because being vulnerable, there's kind of a tenderness and a softness for yourself. Whereas if
right.
you're right, um,
So
and
I guess
and
what
that
I was thinking, letting go of being self-critical. Like, how do I let go of vulnerability? Like, I want to be more vulnerable and
right,
and
exactly. Yeah,
and in
I see.
touch with those emotions. There's a
Right. I guess
disconnect.
the blockage around being vulnerable, right? Like the
Yeah.
walls around being vulnerable, letting
Okay.
go of the walls around that.
Okay. That's what I want to let go.
Right. Yeah.
And
That's
yeah, not
great.
yeah, and not sure how I'm going to be able to do that, but
Yeah.
trying.
And that's okay. And honestly, it's there's no rush. There really isn't. And sometimes like the Reiki energy will never ask anything of you more than what you're ready to do.
Yeah.
And so just know that you're always safe and you never have to let go of anything. And but it just is if it's a desire for you to want to start to go there, they just work with it at your speed. Like it can be a really tiny little letting go. So what happens is we get to the other side of the bridge and then we go down to the river. And then I've had people like, nope, I'm not going in that river. It's like I'm not ready, right? And like,
Yeah.
and the energy is just like, no problem. Like we can sit right here beside you, beside the river. You don't have to go in the river at all. And then usually, not always, but usually then the safety starts to happen, and so then a toe might go in, or who knows, but it's just really about whatever the person's ready to do. And there's certain reasons why we have those walls up, like we've had to protect
Mhm.
ourselves, and that's survival, right? As a child, that had those walls went up for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to really 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 honor that.
Hmm.
And then that's where the control comes in, because that's the only way of knowing how to be with it. Like um how do you respond in life when it's hard to be really authentic to who you really are, because you don't know who that is, like because the walls are there for they were up for a reason, but you don't need the walls anymore. You're an adult, but you need that part of you needs to know you don't have to do it all at once, and it can just be slow. And it right now is perfect. Like the timing, wherever you are now is always exactly where you need to be. So yeah. Okay, so just putting out that you are aware of these barriers and walls
Mhm.
to let go and be vulnerable,
Yeah.
and we'll just see where that goes. And then bringing in would be just kind of bringing in that what's underneath that, like kind of bringing in the authentic self. Is that what you're thinking?
Um, Bringing in the emotions, and maybe also being self-compassionate. I don't know, just
Hmm.
bringing
And
in.
so the emotions are usually byproducts of, it's almost more of a release that happens. So the emotions are just kind of like when you kind of get there, it's you get some insights and stuff, but a lot of it is just this somatic release from your body. And so the emotions just kind of come. But usually under the emotions, unless it's more like love, under the emotions and finding that space and that vastness and who you really, really are at your core, that's kind of um, is that would I kind of um, I kind of want to put that out for you to, what do you think about that?
Um, so I'm letting go, trying to let go of the walls and the blocks
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
really feeling some of these emotions. And
Hmm.
so what I want to bring in
Hmm.
is, I don't know,
Yeah.
the
Well, I
emotion.
guess what I hear you. I know. And actually that, yeah. So the emotions for sure. We can go there, but I'll also just plant a little seed. It might go
Yeah,
beyond that because
no.
the emotions kind of get taken in the river. They go in the river and they get evolved in the river with the Reiki energy. And then I'm going to bring you to the tree of life or to take you somewhere else in this
Yeah.
journey. And then it's more of a you receive your innate gifts. You start to feel who you really are at your core. And so it's really vast, like it's huge. So I guess being open to love, gratitude, like to those higher vibration emotions or qualities.
Energies.
So it's kind of beyond it, you know, anger or sadness. It's not. So those kind of go in the river.
Mhm.
Whereas when we go to to the place of openness and revealing and bringing in, it's kind of bringing in who you really are at your core, your authentic self,
Okay, so,
and just your vastness, your gifts that you're here to offer, your purpose, things like that.
okay,
It's big.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
So it's
yes,
just kind
I
of
like
being
that.
open to that possibility. And sometimes it's just a sense of calm and peace.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna mark this
So,
down.
yeah. Sometimes you'll be visited by an angel, an angelic being, a divine animal from the divine animal kingdom. Um, Sometimes you're given an object. With Leanne and I, we went to the Hall of the Ancestors, and then with somebody else, we went to the Tree of Life.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we just go wherever we're kind of drawn to go.
Okay, so just to summarize, letting go of the blocks and barriers,
Yeah, for your vulnerability, like yeah, to be vulnerable, whatever's blocking you from being vulnerable.
to being more vulnerable.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then to bring in kind of the higher frequency energies
yeah,
of
of
loving
who you,
kindness,
yeah,
purpose,
yeah,
kind of a sense of peace.
Yeah, and getting a sense of your, when I say your authentic self, getting a sense of who you really are, like at your core.
Okay. That sounds very soothing.
Yeah, this is a big part of it. This kind of helps to clear and get the energy moving. So
Okay.
this is great. Good. All right, and so I will take the two of you, and what I did last time, which was kind of neat, is I just kind of shuffle these, and then I just draw a name for whoever's going to go first. And
Oh,
so if you're not first, then you're just kind of sending energy. You can use your hands, or you can just use your thoughts, sending energy to Leanne as I bring her to the
okay.
river, and then we'll switch over. So
Okay,
I'm going to put
sounds good.
some, okay. All right, so get comfortable. Put some music on. Okay. So just take a moment to close your eyes, taking a couple of deep breaths. And as you breathe in, breathing in the light and the power of the divine love, and allowing this to wake up the divine love within. And now as you breathe, breathing in the divine mind and waking up your divine mind within. And breathing in the divine heart and waking up your divine heart within. Feeling your heart light in front of you. Feel your heart light behind you. Feeling the heart light on either side, above and below. Feel your heart light within. Connecting with the energy of the earth. Going deep within the center of the earth, the essence of the earth. And knowing that you're made of the earth. Your minerals and water and fire and air within your body. And then bringing in the divine energy, the sacred energy into the body, and waking up your own sacredness within. So here on the earth, we live in a place of duality, where there's good and there's bad. And so it's our journey, our path to distinguish, to discern what we want to think. And as adults, we have the power to think whatever we want to think. So just take a moment and just to really bring that into your being, that place of power, in a way that's so divinely in order with your goodwill. And then as you start to walk, just imagine you're walking in a path in a forest. And as you breathe, you're breathing in the essence of the forest. You can smell the cedar smells, and you can feel the earth beneath your feet. And as you walk and as you breathe up the earth energy through the soles of your feet. You feel the aliveness and the vibrancy of the forest. And you walk along the path until you start to come to a place where it starts to become lighter. And you walk out of the forest and you see before you this beautiful bridge of light. And on this bridge are angels, and you can hear them singing. And their voices are so welcoming. You've been here before. And you step on the bridge and you move through the colors of the rainbow. You move through the color red, connecting you to your root chakra, your legs, and your connection with the earth. And then you move through the color orange into your sacral chakra, feeling the fluidity of water, feeling the fluidity of creativity in your life. And then you continue to walk and move through the color yellow, feeling the warmth as it radiates out from below your ribs in all directions, starting to light you up, feeling more confident already. And then continuing to walk through the color green, going deep within your heart and knowing whatever's gone on in your life, there's a place deep within where you want to forgive for your sake. And you continue to walk and move through the color blue into your ability to really listen to your higher self, to listen between the words that others speak, and to be able to discern what works for you and what doesn't, and to be able to speak your truth with grace. And you continue to walk and you move through the color indigo, going deep within your intuition to this place that gets so clouded with societal pressures and family pressures and religions. So we're just going to allow the Reiki energy to help lift some of these layers, the ones we're ready and willing to let go of, so we can start to really listen to our own intuition, to our own connection and guidance. And continue to walk and move through the color violet. This is your gateway to these higher realms, this higher frequency. You are made of frequency. So you have a choice to elevate to these higher frequencies whenever you want to. And stepping over, so you're on the other side of the bridge now, and the angels are all with you. You can feel their presence. You can feel their support. You notice how beautiful it is in this space on the third heaven. And this is where there's no duality, there's only love. There's only beauty and grace. This is a place you can go to whenever you want to. And so the angels are with you. And we'll start with Leanne. So the angels walk with you, Leanne, down to the river of life. And we notice how sparkly the river is. The light is shining from the higher heavens down on the waters, creating rainbows. And they're so beautiful. Just by looking at them, you can feel them entering your eyes and moving into your body. Moving right into your third eye. Going deep within your intuition, going deep within your midbrain. And I see this light from the reflection off the river of life, penetrating your neurons within your brain. I see a movement of light flowing through the brain. And light frequency is very high frequency. It's 40 octaves higher than sound. So it's lifting the energies of the mind, of the midbrain, of your, helping to reveal your intuition. And then the Reiki energies and angels have you kneeling on your knees so you can scoop your hands in the river of life and take a nice big drink. And as the river of life travels now throughout your whole body, it starts to flow into places that have been dormant. It's having like a wave, like there's a bit of a gentle ebb and flowing that's going on, as if we're at an ocean and we're seeing the movement of water kind of ebbing and flowing. And then they ask you to come with them and step in the river of life, so you do. And there's a release out through the soles of your feet into the river. And the river gladly takes everything and brings it into the light, into this higher frequency. And it helps to heal everything that you're willing to let go of, all the way to its origins, through time and space. And you so easily let go and let go and release. And one of the angels has a picture of the river of life, and she's pouring it on the top of your head. And so the water's flowing through your crown chakra, all the way through your body, going into all the crevices and ebbing and flowing, washing clear stuck energies, moving its way all the way throughout your whole body and allowing it to release out the soles of your feet. They ask if you can lie on your back and float as they hold you on the surface of the water. And you relax into their arms, allowing the river still to flow through your crown chakra, flow through your body. Swirling in the places, in those deep places, scooping up whatever's ready to be released. Moving throughout your brain into all those old beliefs you're ready to let go of. Any concerns that come up for you, they reassure you. And remind you as you let go, you actually have an open hand to receive. If you're holding on to old, outdated beliefs, you don't have the ability to be open to receive. So by letting go, you allow yourself to be able to receive. And there's a lot of this rainbow light energy. So you're on your back, still floating in the river. They're holding you, but all around your aura is the reflection of the light off the river and these rainbow colors all around your aura. So all in the auric field on the front of your body now. And this light frequency and colors are helping to lift stuck energy in your aura. And your body is starting to soften and relax more and more. The rainbow colors really want to come within your body through the crown chakra and move with this fluid flow of the waters. Helping to flow through your throat chakra and your neck. And down your spine, your low back, into your internal organs. Flowing down your legs and your arms. You are rainbow light. And the angels gently help you to the shore again. And you walk with them gently. down the path. You can really feel your feet on the earth. And today they want to take you to a place of nourishment. And you go into a field and there's this pile of beautiful red-petaled roses. And they ask you to lie on these rose petals. They're so silky and soft. And you sink deep within the petals and you can smell the fragrance. You feel embraced with love. You're going so deep within the petals, they surround the front of the body as well, but you can breathe. They're helping to bring the essence of the earth energy, the groundedness, the sacredness of your life here on earth. Reminding you of how sacred you are. Embracing you in their loving energy. Reminding you you're perfect just the way you are. And you just release and relax. They remind you of the space between all things, the sacred space, where there's choice. So anything that's going on in your life, you can slow it down and go into the space. Receiving guidance. Feeling that calm. Feeling self-love. Allowing the rose petals to be with you, surrounding you, wherever you go, as a form of a filter. So anything that comes your way goes through this unconditional self-love. And anything that goes out goes through this energy of self-worth, kindness, and grace. Just by you being born, you are enough. You are worthy of love. And then just slowly, gently allowing the body to stretch and gently move. You feel so refreshed. And you're walking with the angels now back to where we are by the bridge. And you turn to thank them. And you're knowing more and more that this is available whenever you ask for it. And so we prepare as Trish gets ready for her journey. And you can send your loving kindness as she steps forward with the angels now towards the river of life. And in this place by the river, it's so fresh looking. You can smell the water, the freshness of the water. It's so inviting. And you step into the river, and you can feel the coolness on your feet and your lower legs. And the angels invite you to scoop. So bend over and scoop some water into your palms and take a nice big drink from the river of life. And you can feel it move throughout your body. You can feel its coolness, its freshness. And it starts to move through your head and your brain. Clearing out any barriers, anything that's ready to release. It just kind of swoops gently and carries it along and brings it into its higher vibration. The Reiki energy can listen fully to any of the issues way beyond what our minds can do. It can fully hear whatever has gone on, whatever the limiting factor is. If it involves others, it knows everything. And as you're ready to let go, it helps to release everything from the stuck energy. It moves into the light all the way to its origin, and it branches out like a tree with roots, branches in all directions, healing everything that was affected by this particular release. And you can just feel that release and the relaxation in the body. And it's moving in such a multitude of different ways, helping and releasing and letting go and releasing, and over here now and over here now. It's just working its magic as you allow it. Anything you're ready to let go of, go. And it moves its way throughout your body from the top of your head to your neck, moving around the base of your skull. Any places where there's tensions and holdings in the shoulders and the throat. And the water is just so fresh. You scoop some more and drink it. It's so refreshing, so thirst quenching. And it continues to move throughout your body and down your arms to your fingers, into your upper back and your chest area. Moving into your glands, so your thymus gland, and in the brain, your pineal gland and your pituitary gland. It really wants to focus on your glands, just swirling this energy. And releasing your lymph system under your arms and your breast. Your spleen is your biggest lymph releaser and cleanser. And going into your liver and your organs, your stomach. Into your digestive organs. Going into the energy of your gallbladder. And really swirling around this area, releasing, letting go of old resentments and anger. Letting go of should haves, it should have been. And remembering that we all are here to learn on earth. All those that came before you were here to learn on earth. And knowing that those that came before them were here to learn on earth. And so these things get passed down. Any negativities can get passed down generation to generation. And they're going deep within your DNA and your genetics and helping to release just some old limiting beliefs that have been passed down. And the energy is taking it into the light. And there's more of an understanding, there's more of a release when the understanding that it's all been passed down. So you have the opportunity to stop the passing of energy to those around you. You don't have to follow that pattern. And there's more of an understanding of the innocence. When it's just been passed down. It's been passed down with no booklet on how to be different. And in this place, it's easy to forgive. You could see them as children as well, not receiving all the love and attention and everything they needed. Your heart starts to feel more tender. And you can feel that tenderness towards yourself as well. You can be your own parent to yourself. And you can parent you exactly how you want to. Giving you all the love, listening to your concerns, really hearing and supporting you. Those old ways, old beliefs are starting to release faster and faster. Moving throughout your spine and low back. Your digestive organs and colon. into your hips and your legs, all the way down to the soles of your feet. You're standing, but you're so peaceful standing there in the river. The light is shining on you from the higher heavens, and you can feel this warmth starting to manifest. I can see the light connecting with your cells and your DNA. Starting to feel the joy of your ancestors and their gratitude for you. As you free yourself, you free up so much for all of them. And the angels guide you out of the river and along the path along the river. And you can see the divine animal kingdom. They drink from the river of life, and the birds and the water beings. And you are just feeling light on your feet. And we can hear children laughing. And you're curious where this laughter is coming from. And so we follow it, and it takes us to the field of possibilities. It's full of wild flowers. The light is shining and bright. And there's so many butterflies flying around. You walk forward and you start to turn in a circle with your arms outstretched, just taking it all in. And your ancestors surrounding you with the angels and archangels and the divine animal kingdom. There's so many that are surrounding you as you spin. Your face is lifting up towards the light and your heart is open. And then you just fall, knowing you're going to be supported and your landing is soft. And you just let your body fall back and you softly land in this beautiful, silky, soft grass. And you let the sun beat down on your heart and your body. And you start to remember who you are. You start to remember your own childhood wonder and laughter and fun. Your curiosity. Your lightness. Remembering that you don't have to be so serious. Life can be fun, joyful, creative. And so you stand up and you walk with these angels and ancestors and animals. With so much lightness in your body. And we walk back to the bridge of light. And you turn and you just feel so much gratitude for the support. There's so much support here for you. And so much appreciation back to you. And you know you can come here whenever you want, bringing your perceptions up to meet this vibration. And so with Leanne, we walk back onto the bridge of light through the color violet and indigo. And notice these colors are brighter through the color blue and green, through the color yellow and orange and red, and all the way to this side of the bridge again. And knowing that you've always been here, the journey has been within, and it's always available. Feeling gratitude for the Reiki energy and its higher frequency and its ability to heal and guide and help reveal and remind us of who we are. Any next steps, allowing them to come into that place of stillness, that place of laughter, that place of openness and gratitude. Giving thanks for all of those that journeyed with us today, for the river of life and the field and the roses. So much gratitude. And so it is. And gently, when you're ready, just slowly coming out of it. And only if you want to, you can share, but you don't have to.
No, that felt great. What I wanted to share
Mm-hmm.
with you, Carrie, was the rainbow piece is very interesting because ever since I was a child, my parents told me I always drew rainbows on everything, on all my pictures as a little
Really?
girl. So rainbows have
Oh,
always been something I've always loved, and
yeah.
just even from being a child, just like they said, everything always had a rainbow on it. Like
I
so,
love that.
yeah.
You
So that was
were
it. Just made me
so,
smirk as soon as I saw the rainbows. I'm like, huh, like just
that is amazing. It was so much rainbow, so much colors around you. You're just like totally absorbing it.
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Grayson, a couple more minutes, buddy. I locked the
Yeah.
door tonight. So they gotta come
Oh,
in.
yeah. But he's knocking.
I just want to see. Press pause.
Aw. Hmm.
So yeah, that was probably the most like, and I could just see it, like it all, like, and even, and like I always see kind of stuff, even when I'm have my eyes closed, I could see all like the rainbows and kind of shooting through and
Yeah,
everything. So
love
so
it.
that was
I love the roses too. That was really cool. The
yeah,
rose petals. That's really
yeah,
different. I've never seen that before. Yeah.
yeah. So that was good.
Yeah. a lot of nourishment. Like it felt really nourishing, and
Yeah.
yeah, the roses. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel a little lighter, which is good. It's feeling
Good. And
really
then
heavy.
there's really kind of talking about the space between everything. So it kind of brings things into perspective, I think, in that place of choice. That was kind of something that got highlighted too, which was kind of cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I know Dr. Dispenza talks about that, I think. He goes into that space between things and that ability to, I think so, make choices and stuff like that. Yeah, you might want to look into him.
Yeah,
Or
I think I will.
yeah.
I wrote it down, that movie you're talking
Okay,
about.
perfect. Yeah, I can even send the link to you. Okay,
Okay.
that's great, Leanne.
I'm gonna un I'm gonna unlock the door, so you might say I'll just put us
Yeah,
on mute.
sounds good. So he can see us. Yeah, they can see us. Hey, Trish, what did you think? Oh, you're muted.
It was really good. It was completely relaxing.
Hmm.
And I was tired, so I found myself a little bit, my head started to nod a little bit.
Yep,
Just
that's
dozing
totally
off.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yes, I mean it's kind of the path that you took me through. It just, I could really, um, because you use such descriptive words,
Hmm.
um, it felt beautiful, the water, going throughout my body, and just the colors. And then the
Hmm.
angels, I kind of envisioned the angels. You talked about the angels, so I kind of felt the angels were more kind of, I guess everybody has different images of angels, but
Hmm. Yeah.
the images of angels that I envisioned were, more kind of like light energies that were kind of floating around me,
Hmm.
and I could feel them.
Yeah.
So so that was beautiful too.
Neat.
So
Cool.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
and
and
really what I'm doing, I'm not doing anything other than describing what I see. So I let the Reiki energy do everything. And so then I forgot to kind of mention this at the beginning, is then I'm just saying what I'm seeing them do. And
oh, okay.
so yeah, so I'm removed from it. And so that's why I have no idea what's going to happen. Like I've never gone to a, the rose petal thing, or I didn't know where they were going to take you. And then it was like, then I heard the kids, like, so I just really describe
Yeah. And you
what I
mentioned,
see.
yeah, mentioned something about nodules, like the hormone or
Mm,
nodules or something.
yeah, the glands, they were going
Plants.
into your glands. Yeah.
Well,
So
that's
it's,
interesting.
yeah, it's not necessarily, don't take it too literally. Like they can go in. It kind of seemed like there was, like, it was really interesting how deep it was going, with the concern of not being sure if you're gonna, the openness of it, but
Yes. Yeah.
you were very open, for them to actually be able to go and kind of go into genetic stuff, which it happens, like it's
Mhm,
something that totally happens.
mhm,
But that's kind of cool because that's cellular, that's really deep, right? So
mhm.
so yeah, it just kind of seemed like a lot of maybe what you must have been talking about might have been connected to just patternings that have been passed down generationally, maybe.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. Like that's kind of where they took it, anyways.
That's,
Um, and then just seeing the release of how that helped everybody, and then this huge support team around you with them, like with your ancestors, but yeah, with those light beings, and then the divine animal kingdom too. There's a lot of support and joy, tons of lightness and joy.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was beautiful. And I didn't realize that you just are kind of sensing the energy and coming up with this. I honestly
Oh
didn't know.
yeah. Oh, it's just totally channeled. I have no
Wow.
idea. Yeah. No, and
That's,
it's so yeah. And that makes my job really easy. Like I don't have to do my prep. It's like it's a journey. I've had to release my own ego and all that. Like it's been a
Mhm.
bit of a journey for me to do that, but really it's just me allowing the energy to work, and I get to for one I get to be in it as well, and then I get to just say what I see, and
Mhm.
it's so intriguing for me. I love how like the places that I go, like I can journey for myself, but I have a certain group of energies and stuff that are connected with me. So it's really fun to travel with other people because there's different energies and different connections that are with other people. So it's really cool to kind of see that divinity with a, like you tap into the divinity of all those around me
Mhm.
and the helpers and yeah, it's
Well,
really
what a gift. I just want to say thank you so much for, you know, giving us your time tonight.
Oh, you're so welcome. And honestly, I'm still learning it, so it's such a gift for me to be able to have people to practice with. But it's definitely something that flows through really easy for me now. Like it's like a floodgate has happened, and yeah, I'm taking a training. It's called the Soul Reveal Reiki. So this is what it is. It's like channeling the energy. And so we're all kind of channeling it with each other in our course. And then I thought, oh, I'm going to try with my group. And so it's such a gift for me to be able to do this with you guys too.
Now, do you find that when you come in contact with somebody or a group of people that you're more sensitive? You can pick up on energies? Like, is this something
Um,
that has always kind of come to you?
it definitely gets heightened when you get with the Reiki energy. The Reiki
Yeah.
energy heightens your sensitivity for sure.
Mhm.
I've always been sensitive to energy. Like when I was little, I used to play the game concentration. I'd put my hand over the cards and I would just know there's a two. And so it was like I was cheating in a way. Like I would be able to beat adults because I would just kind of put my hand and feel a draw when it's
Yeah.
pair and they hadn't even been flipped over before, but I would just kind of
Mhm.
know as long as I was in the zone.
Right.
And but if I was tired or something, it would be hard to kind of know. But so a little bit, like I kind of had that, but everybody has it. Everybody's able to. Um, and then the Reiki energy does amplify it for sure.
Mhm.
And people have it in different ways. People like mine, it's like, for when I was little, I have that draw, that feeling and
Yes.
the energy. And then now it's just kind of, I guess I kind of see what's going on. Um, like just in my mind's eye, I kind of can see everything that's going on when I go on the journey. Some people it's more of a physical, like they kind of go right in and they kind of feel like in their own body, they'll feel what's going on for another person. Some people just think it, and for them, it's the hardest one to believe that this is really their intuition because it's kind of coming through their mind a little bit, and they just know it's kind of more of a knowing.
Mhm.
And some people smell, so they'll have
Mm.
smells and they'll just kind of know, like that will just kind of invoke the imagery from smell, what's going
Mhm.
on for them. Yeah, so people have it in many different ways. It's not just through visions, which is kind of visually what people think it's mainly just visually, but yeah,
It's
yeah,
fascinating.
I just want to say one more thing and then I'm gonna
yeah,
go get this one to bed. I
yeah,
don't know if it was your mom or Irene last week commented about how it was nice to go through the other person's journey at the same time.
yes,
And that I found that was really unique too. And I think this session I focused a little bit more. Like last time I kind of just try to more emit like do the energy piece, but it was neat to kind of go through because I think we all have similar things we're trying to let go. And my favorite part of Trisha's journey was the butterfly field, like just kind of like just the butterflies everywhere. And yeah, so I just wanted to
yeah.
say that like I think it is really neat hearing other people's journeys too.
It's such a
Yeah,
good point. I'm so glad you said that. And I think that's why I really like doing it as a group
yeah,
too. And for me, it's really cool to kind of see how different, like I actually walked, when we brought you up by Trish, and then when I walked down with Trish, it was like with you, it was all colors, and Trish, it was the smell of the freshness of the water. Like it just was a totally
it's a different.
different feel. Yeah, it was so cool to kind of get the two. I love working with the group because of that too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna say goodnight.
Okay.
The little guy that
All
needs to go to
right.
bed, and there's just. Do you want to say something, Grace? Except ask like, when is our turn? Say goodnight. You say
Good
hi.
night, Grayson. I'll give you a little bit of Reiki.
I'll hit you Reiki next
Hopefully you
time,
have a
okay?
really good sleep.
And I'll be like, can you come? Like, not these times, no.
No, it's hard. It's hard when it's deep like that for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All
Mhm.
right, thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, Leanne,
Bye,
take
guys.
care.
Hi,
Bye.
Leanne. Thanks for
Mhm.
sharing with me.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
Carrie, did you tape this or?
I actually did. So
Oh,
it's taped. Yeah.
oh,
So
can you forward it to me?
yeah, I think I can. And that was the other idea I had from after our last one is it would be so cool for you guys to have the recording of your
Yeah,
journey.
if that's
Yeah.
okay with
Yeah.
Leanne, I would love to have the recording because I'm trying to remember now everything that you said. I was nodding off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And even what I could even do is I could separate, so it could be just your
Sure.
journey, and then Leanne could get her journey too. So
Whatever
that's
works, whatever
yeah,
works. I mean, if you can't split it, I'm okay with that as long as Leanne is, but
right.
because it was
Yeah.
kind of a shared experience too with Leanne. I've never met her before, I don't think. Maybe
Oh,
I've done
okay.
a couple of the classes with her, but